It's just gone 7 p.m. this Tuesday evening, and you are watching Newsplus right here on ZTN Prime. My name is Wadzanai Sansole, and these are your top stories. Government has directed the review of licenses, permits, levies and fees charged by ministries, departments and agencies in the mining sector. Stay tuned for more. Also on Newsplus, government has received post-harvest and mechanization equipment under a food support program that's expected to improve efficiency, boost productivity and reduce losses in agriculture. And on a sad note, a 2-year-old toddler has died after falling into an open septic tank in Harare. Zimbabwean Taekwondo fighters are hoping for another huge medal haul at the forthcoming South African National Taekwondo Championships following last year's achievements. We'll give you more details on that in sport. Now, in our top story, at the post-cabinet media briefing, government has directed the review of licenses, permits, levies and fees that are charged by ministries, departments and agencies in the mining sector in compliance with the cabinet decision of 29 July 2025, which approved the implementation of a raft of business reforms in 12 sectors of the economy. Now, the review process is aimed at reducing the cost of doing business, increasing competitiveness, enhancing the viability of enterprises, and also enabling the growth of the Zimbabwean economy. Now, Cabinet also considered and approved the Research Bill, the Environmental Management Bill, and gave an update on the Culture Month celebrations. We give you the details.
Speaking during today's post-cabinet briefing, Acting Information Minister Mangaliso Ndlovu said the review will specifically address economy-wide regulatory challenges. This latest development is in compliance with the cabinet decision adopted in July last year with the view of reducing the cost of doing business and improving competitiveness.
First was the review of licenses, permits, levies and fees in the mining sector. Cabinet noted and approved the review of licenses, permits, levies and fees charged by ministries, departments and agencies in the mining sector, which was presented by the Minister of Finance, Economic Development and Investment Promotion, Honorable Professor Mthuli Ncube. The review of licenses, permits, levies and fees in the sector is in compliance with the Cabinet decision of 29 July 2025. Which approved the implementation of a raft of business reforms in 12 sectors of the economy. The review process is aimed at reducing the cost of doing business, increasing competitiveness, enhancing the viability of enterprises, as well as enabling the growth of the Zimbabwean economy.
Finance Minister Professor Mthuli Ncube said 80% of the fees are set at the right level and that will ease the way of doing business.
80% of the fees that are currently in place, we feel that they are set at the right level. There's no need to change them. So we only change 20% of the fees. So, for example, when it comes to the application fees, I would say they just no change at all. When they're thinking of the application of revocation of forfeiture, we still kept it at $750 US.
Also at the center of the cabinet decisions was the Research Fund Bill. The bill seeks to amend the Research Act by establishing a Research Authority of Zimbabwe, a research fund, and the institutionalization of a national research and development funding target of not less than 1% of the country's gross domestic product. Responding to questions, the Minister of Justice, Yambi Siyambi, said the research fund will be utilized to promote innovation, technological adaptation and adoption, as well as the development of appropriate human resources to enhance research capabilities.
Currently, we have a research council that is overseeing issues of research, but we have several research councils. It's not coordinated. So in this bill, we're introducing a research authority, and the councils now will be subordinate to the authority. The authority now, we have, among other provisions, setting up of a secretariat with a CEO heading the authority, and the key provisions basically now is that this authority now will oversee we are now going to create a research fund.
Also in discussion was the Environmental Management Bill, which seeks to amend the Environmental Management Act by incorporating emerging environmental principles and giving effect to environmental rights that are enshrined in the Constitution.
This particular, this prohibitive penalties will deter people from embarking on such damaging activities to our environment.
Cabinet also approved the 2026 National Culture Month, which will be held on May 21 at Baba Field Stadium in Bulawayo, running under the theme Cultural Diversity and Creativity, Advancing Vision 2030.
The commemorations will celebrate, preserve and showcase the country's diverse heritage while fostering social cohesion, unity and economic development through arts and culture. The national celebrations will feature live performances of selected traditional and contemporary dance, musical groups and comedians.
From mining reforms and innovation to environmental protection and to cultural celebrations, Cabinet's latest decisions signal a coordinated push for economic transformation and national development. Latro Nyangu, 410 Prime in Harare.
Now, in other news, Zimbabwe's agricultural modernization drive has received a boost following the handover of post-harvest and mechanization equipment to government under a food production support program. Now, the intervention is expected to improve farm efficiency, boost productivity, and reduce losses across the value chain. Our correspondent, Thesias Shambare, filed this report.
This is not just equipment, it is a direct response to one of agriculture sector's enemy, that is post-harvest losses. A consignment of post-harvest and mechanization equipment has been handed over to government to support smallholder farmers and strengthen agricultural productivity. The equipment provided by the Food and Agriculture Organization with financing from the African Development Bank under the Zimbabwe Emergency Food Production Project includes 2,100 metal silos, 70 multi-crop threshers, and 5 combine harvesters.
Let me be more clearer. Post-harvest losses have been a silent thief to our food systems. For maize alone, it is estimated that if we are conservative, we lose about 28% of our harvest.
Today's handover marks an important shift from production to preservation. Post-harvest losses remain a significant constraint, particularly for smallholder farmers, who often lack access to appropriate storage, processing, and mechanization services.
Development partners say intervention is also designed to reduce labor burdens and improve incomes, particularly for women farmers who bear much of the post-harvest workload.
We are particularly encouraged that the program has placed strong emphasis on inclusivity, ensuring that women, youth, and organized farmer groups are central to these interventions.
The equipment will be deployed through structured systems to ensure access for smallholder farmers across the country.
Is to look at the equipment that is supporting the program worth $2.1 million United States dollars, and this is going to benefit in excess of 2,100 family households. And the way it has been designed is to make sure that there is impact at household level, at village level, and ultimately at ward level.
The intervention is expected to strengthen food security, improve productivity, and support Zimbabwe's broader agricultural transformation agenda. For a nation pursuing food security and food sovereignty, efficient harvesting and effective storage is no longer an option. For ZTN Prime in Harare, I'm Thesias Shambare.
Now, Zimbabwe's waste management model continues to attract regional attention, with Tanzania expressing strong interest in partnering the Pomona Waste Management Facility that is in Harare. And a high-level Tanzanian delegation on Monday toured the site as part of a look and learn visit that's aimed at exploring sustainable waste solutions. The delegation was led by Tanzanian Ambassador to Zimbabwe, Susan Kaganda, and Brigadier General Shija Lupi of the National Service Corporation.
Ambassador Kaganga described the facility as a benchmark for Africa, highlighting its rapid transformation and impact on job creation, with over 1,000 workers now employed at the site. She said Tanzania is keen to replicate the model through skills transfer and technology exchange as African countries continue to grapple with waste management challenges.
Because it's all about the collaboration of our region. Tanzania and Zimbabwe, we are phone brothers from long time, since the liberation time, and now we are seeing that we want to move more in skills and technology, because our way of collaboration is moving from political to economic. So we should also be eager to see how we push ourselves for the betterment of our communities.
Brigadier General Lupi said the visit was part of efforts to identify scalable and sustainable waste management solutions for Tanzanian cities.
Even us, we want to cope in to ensure that we forward this technology to Tanzania.
Geopomona Executive Chairman and CEO Dr. Dilesh Ngwaya says the visit reflects growing regional confidence in Zimbabwe's waste management model. The facility is designed to convert waste into energy and other byproducts, contributing to Zimbabwe's transition to a circular economy.
To me, they are interested to partner with Geopomona. So as Geopomona are ready to partner with them, so that we make changes in Southern Africa in terms of how we manage our waste management. The progress of waste to energy plant is a key project here. We've already engaged the EPC contractor. We're now in a finalization agreement. Soon we'll start construction of our waste to energy plant so that we generate electricity, which is going to feed to the national grid.
Zimbabwe's waste to energy ambitions continue to position the country as a regional leader in sustainable urban solutions. Talent Gore, ZCN Prime, Harare.
Now moving on, Zimbabwe is advancing its climate action strategy through the country's nationally determined contribution, NDC 3.0, which will focus on reducing emissions, with the government shifting from policy commitments to measurable results, with key priorities including renewable energy, efficient resource use, and stronger coordination across the sectors. And speaking at the Enviro Roundtable breakfast meeting held in Harare this Tuesday, the acting director of the Climate Change Management Department, Lovemore Doba, said the strategy will improve transparency and attract green investment.
The government has remained steadfast, colleagues, in aligning national development with the Paris Agreement. Central to our efforts is the long-term low emission development strategy, which we have already defined for the period 2020 to 2050. And this long-term strategy provides a stretching road for our intergovernmental panel on climate change sectors to drastically reduce their carbon footprint to mitigate climate change.
Now, a new climate change strategy is also in the pipeline, expected to enforce carbon reporting and create a clear framework for carbon trading, supporting sustainable economic growth.
Our strategic objective is to position Zimbabwe as a regional leader in climate action, especially through carbon markets. I will tell you, colleagues, that in terms of development of the third generation national determined contribution, this is not just affecting Zimbabwe, but it's affecting the whole globe.
Newsplus will be right back.
And all their modern ambition pace, there is no margin for error. So much here is familiar.
Over 1,900 games brought us here.
There is not a sporting heat quite like this.
But history doesn't care about the journey.
The Premier League is the best league in the world.
La Liga is far and beyond the biggest winner.
It only remembers how it ends.
You bottle it. There's no other word. You bottle it.
8 titles. 1 month of mayhem to decide them all.
That is outstanding from Patrick Dorgan.
Stay connected and watch DSTV to catch the football season finale this May. It's on.
Welcome back. Thank you very much for staying tuned to Newsplus Tuesday edition. Now, Cuba's ambassador to Zimbabwe, Cecilis Perez Mesa, says the solidarity her country has received from friendly countries like Zimbabwe has helped strengthen its resolve to defend its sovereignty in the face of ongoing aggression from Western countries, including the United States. Now, Ambassador Mesa was speaking to ZTN Prime correspondent Gibson Nikadzino.
Let me tell you that the resolution of the Cuban people to defend our homeland is unwavering. And it will be always better to have the friendly hand from Zimbabwe, especially now where our northern neighbor tried to impose a ruthless war that we don't want for anyone, but we are ready to face if it's necessary.
And on a sad note, a 2-year-old child has died after falling into an open septic tank in Harare. The volunteer emergency unit concert responded to the incident and managed to retrieve the child from the tank. And responders immediately began resuscitation efforts before the arrival of an ambulance. But despite the prolonged efforts, the child was later pronounced dead at Avenues Clinic. And authorities described the incident as a painful reminder of the dangers posed by open or unsecured septic tanks, particularly to young children. Now, in other news, Zimbabwe is intensifying efforts to tackle the growing scourge of drug and substance abuse, with sports increasingly emerging as a powerful tool to engage communities and redirect vulnerable youths towards positive livelihoods. In Goromonzi District, Sports, Recreation, Arts and Culture Deputy Minister Emily Jesaya has taken a leading role by launching the Emily Jesaya Tournament, an initiative designed to promote healthy lifestyles while raising awareness on the dangers of substance abuse. Held at Juru Primary School, the tournament brought together teams competing in soccer and netball, attracting thousands of youths and community members.
Sport is an enabler to development when we are also looking at National Development Strategy 2 as we are working towards achieving Vision 2030 of Youth Excellency. Today we witnessed a lot of business people who have also come in to support us. We have also come in to interact with their clients. They've also been giving testimonies that today they've recorded quite a huge amount of sales, which also shows that sport is an enabler. And it also promotes a destination for people who have come far, as far as Chipinge, as far as Harare, Marondera. We've also come to Juru for the first time, so it is also a promoter of our destination, which we are also using sports tourism as well to market our different places in the country.
Now, the fight against drug and substance abuse continues to gain momentum, with government officials and communities joining hands to protect the youth from a crisis that threatens social and economic stability. Now, officiating at the tournament, Health and Childcare Deputy Minister Slayman Timios Kwidini underscored the critical role of sport in shaping responsible citizens and strengthening community cohesion.
Tinoti pasine zvinodhaka tisatore zvinodhaka zvinouraya mbiri yedu. Kune vanonamata mbiri yedu itembere yaMwari, haidi zvinodhaka unozokanganwa kana kurova vabereki.
After the break, we'll take a look at business news, and Buy Zimbabwe set to award local brands.
Hundreds of battles fought across the continent by the princes of Europe. But history doesn't care who almost won. It only remembers the name on the trophy. One night to decide it all on the ultimate stage, 30th of May. Stay connected and watch DSTV to catch the UEFA Champions League final. It's on.
By Zimbabwe, in collaboration with Topline Research Solutions, has conducted a nationwide study across all the country's 10 provinces that will inform the upcoming Zimbrands Awards set for 22 May. The research was aimed at capturing consumer preferences for local products, with findings expected to guide the selection of winners across 37 award categories.
The findings from the survey indicate that pricing and quality remain the key drivers of consumer choice, with 76% of respondents citing affordability as a major factor in brand selection.
So we covered 37 categories, product categories, ranging from, bread, banking, even mining categories, sports categories, services for both private and public sector.
The study also highlights challenges in the market, with 45% of consumers having unknowingly purchased counterfeit products, while 18% admitted to knowingly buying such goods.
This counterfeit issue, this informalization issue is getting to a level where certain, things that usually were unacceptable, they seem to be beginning to be acceptable.
Authorities say the research will not only inform Zimbrand Award outcomes, but also provide critical insights to shape business strategies, marketing approaches, and product development.
And secondly, from a policy advocacy point of view, we then take this research policy to say we need to reduce our cost of doing business. Otherwise, if we don't do so, we will not be able to compete against other brands. And then, of course, as Zimbabwe, always feel that the issue of public procurement is very important. The local resources must be used to capacitate local.
Stakeholders say data-driven insights will play a pivotal role in recognizing excellence while driving innovation and sustainable growth in Zimbabwe's local industry. For ZTM Prime, I am Mashudu Mambo in Harare.
In other business news, the Cotton Company of Zimbabwe says it is ready for the 2026 cotton marketing season that's set to commence next Monday, with funding for farmer payments largely secured. This came out during COTCO's appearance before the Parliament Portfolio Committee on Agriculture. Authorities say significant progress has been made in pre-financing arrangements, including engagements with banks to ensure timely payments to producers. While challenges remain around the availability of wool packs, COTCO says alternative packaging material has been arranged to ensure smooth operations during the marketing period. Now, COTCO Head of Operations Mnyaradzi Chikasha speaks.
We have progressed quite well in terms of securing funding for farmer payments. And also, we have also made some arrangements with our customers for pre-finance to enable us to be in a position to pay farmers. However, I must state that we haven't gotten to a stage where we can say we are now drawing down on those facilities so we can pay farmers.
Now, coming up is sport.
Didn't graduate. I guess I blew it.
You couldn't advise him anything. He would just look at you and say, so who do you think you are?
We were just really spoiled.
And then they just give me the receipt and I'd pay.
The guy walks in one day and then he says that he wants to make a movie.
He was blowing the money.
There was just this habit that he had where as soon as he got money, it was gone.
I just didn't have the skills or the experience.
This money, I could see it disappear so fast.
They call me Racer X, or in this case, Racer J. All right.
Put your seatbelt on.
FC Platinum midfielder Hagiazo Magaya has opened up on his decision to remain at the Jushavane-based club, crediting the unwavering support he has received from both the team and its passionate fan base. Now, Magaya, who has been with the four-time champions since 2019, was strongly linked with a move away during the transfer window. However, the midfielder says his deep connection to the club ultimately influenced his decision to stay.
Love yanopwa FC Platinum. Yeah, unoona kunzi unodiwa nemamwe team, but love yandopiwa even ndiri kushavane anyway kwani ndiri. That love akule mwe team nokwaza nipa love and love yandopiwa ndiri FC Platinum. Love yandopiwa nima support FC Platinum. It's too much. It's too much.
Now, following the departure of several key players as well as changes within the technical team, Magaya remains optimistic about the future and is setting his sights high. He has expressed his ambition to earn a national team call-up, hoping to be among the standout performers as the club rebuilds.
Team will rebuild. We are many in Panapa. So, bit by bit, that's why we need to keep focusing. Yeah, you know, last day I played very well. This day I'm trying to push to get on the calendar, to get a chance to national team. Yeah, so I'm keep working hard every day. I want to go to national team.
Still on sport, Zimbabwe Taekwondo athletes will be hoping to make another huge mark at this year's edition of the SA National Taekwondo Championships after a groundbreaking medal haul last year. We give you more in the following report.
The International Taekwondo Academy is back in action this weekend when they travel to the Taekwondo South Africa National Championships with a 24-member traveling party. The Zimbabwe representatives will be under the instruction of Evan Brown, hoping to build on their stunning 37 medals in their debut at the ACE National Tournament in South Africa last year.
So it's like we're trying to groom them now since they've got that fear of going for such an event for the first time. They had a bit of fear, so it was a matter of also trying to get that fear out. And with some of them, as you can see, they're kids. We have to make sure that discipline is good. The last time we did very well. We brought quite a number of medals. So this time, yeah, we're hoping to do the same. Yeah, although it might be a bit challenging, but I'm sure with the preparation we've done, we should be able to bring a couple of medals.
The team is made up of different age groups participating in special techniques, sparring and patterns.
So for training, we've been practicing our patterns, our special techniques, which are our kicks, and then we also did some sparring. I'm personally looking forward to the sparring because I really like sparring. I really enjoy it. So then I like how unpredictable it is and how you have to dodge a move every single time and you have to think twice for your opponent and for yourself.
The team has grown from last year's 19 members and there are high hopes for a breakthrough, especially among those making their debuts in South Africa.
The thing I like the most about Taekwondo is probably how much you can do. There's like patterns, sparring, special techniques. There's a lot of things you can do.
To begin with, it was a challenge because I didn't know exactly what I was doing. But after, I think, a month or two, I started to understand how things were going and I enjoyed it. Currently, right now, I'm enjoying it a lot and I think I've picked up on a lot of techniques and skills. So.
Some of the leading lights have retained their places, having come through the different age groups, getting better with each outing.
I won a gold medal, and then this time I'm expecting more, like 3 gold medals or something. Because from the first time I went, I was a bit scared because it was like my first national tournament and stuff. Yeah, I'm focusing on myself, my body improvement and stuff, and my mental health and stuff.
Taekwondo in Zimbabwe continues to rise, making inroads beyond borders with intentional efforts at junior level, growing active participation across the board.
And that's a wrap on Newsplus this evening. Pleasant viewing.